Alright, we're getting right into today's video. We're back at it with another one. I saw an article on Twitter the other day from Dexerto that Microsoft is going to be laying off, or already has done, it laid off people that worked in their physical media department, basically with Xbox games, and bringing them to retail floors and stores and shelves. So we're going to read this article. Obviously, the link to the article will be in the description from Dexerto if you want to check it out yourself. Anyway, we're getting right into it. So let's get started. I'm not on Opera, so there will be a shit ton of ads everywhere. So ain't nothing I can do about it. I'm on Safari. The gaming community was rocked by the announcement of mass layoffs at Microsoft, with some 1.9k employees reportedly being let go. While many of the finer details have yet to be revealed, it is known that several Blizzard executives have left the company, and games like the survival title Odyssey have been canceled. It's now starting to look like the layoffs may have far-reaching implications for the future of Xbox too, as reporters indicate a major Microsoft team is no longer with the company. The revelation comes in the form of a tweet from Jaz Corden. I apologize if I didn't say that name right. Managing editor of Windows Central. According to Jaz Corden, Microsoft closed the team responsible for the development of physical media, specifically bringing those products to retail. If you've seen the digital-only Xbox console leaks, well, you can get an idea of where Microsoft is going here. And you can see the tweet from Jaz Corden. This was not that long ago. This video probably will be up Sunday or Saturday the 27th or Sunday the 28th, so it just gives an idea of how recent it is. The news is in line with late 2023 leaks that indicated an Xbox Series X/S refresh was coming. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Both updated consoles are expected to be digital only, though this has yet to be confirmed by Microsoft. Microsoft has toyed with the idea of pivoting to all digital for some time now, though several Xbox 360 models were targeted towards users who preferred Xbox Live games over disc releases. Its first earnest attempt was 2019's Xbox One S All Digital Edition. That is a long ass name. I am not saying that again. Is it right here too? Well, what we just read. The One S blah 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 was the same basic shell as the Xbox One S, but missing the optical drive. It laid the groundwork for Microsoft's two-pronged next-gen strategy, consisting of the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. This also follows a trend of retailers removing physical media from their stores. Best Buy recently announced that it would begin removing physical media such as DVDs from stores, while Walmart has reportedly begun the process of removing physical copies of Xbox games from their stores. And that is it. Shout out to the person that did write this article. Now that we read the article, let's give our thoughts on this whole situation. It's so ironic because we've already talked about digital and physical media once on here. It was about Discovery and PlayStation, which implications changed with that. But obviously we already know about the whole digital media, physical media thing. It just sucks that we have to see this, because let's just get this out of the way first, alright? As a consumer, you have the right to own whatever you want to own. Now, maybe you don't like digital media, or maybe you don't like physical media, but that doesn't mean the consumers should not have an option as to what they want to buy. I think that that's really important in this situation, just generally speaking, even if it's not with gaming, if it's with movies or TV shows or Blu-ray DVDs, excuse me. You know, people, they have the right to own what they want to own. They shouldn't be forced to own something they don't want. If I want a game physically, don't try to force me to get it digitally. And I don't have an Xbox. I ironically wanted one at one point, but I got a PS5 instead. You know, let people have options. You know, it's just not fair to the consumers, and it's just not fair to the industry, because these are literal manipulation practices just in the open, butt ass naked, and we could see what's going on and what these companies are trying to do. We see you, Microsoft. We see what you're trying to do. Also, it's funny, there's a PlayStation ad on here for an Xbox article. But yeah, it's just manipulation practices. It's not fair. Obviously, we know the basics with digital and physical media. We don't need to go over that. basically with digital media, you're not really owning a game. We've already talked about this. You buy something digitally, you're kind of, it's basically like leasing a car. It's not really yours. So that can, if you know what that term and what that kind of definition means, then you understand what this is. Basically, you buy GTA 6 on Xbox for $70. It's probably going to be higher than that, but let's just hypothetically say it's $70. You don't want the physical edition, you buy the digital edition. Okay, you buy it, you're basically leasing the game's license. You're not really owning the game. So if at any point Xbox or Microsoft or even Rockstar says, well, there's something wrong with the game, we're gonna have to pull it off of, we're gonna have to just pull it away from people, they can do so if they feel like it. So, or if they just want to, or whatever they want to do. And this applies to any other game. They can do that because they have the power. You have the people that have the game on their platform, and then you have the studio that made the game. They own it more than you do, the consumer, which is not fair. That's why it's good to buy a physical copy of a game or whatever. And like I said, I'm not gonna try to bash digital media because it sounds like it, but it can be beneficial because it saves time and you can just play whatever you want instantly. But at the same time, you don't own the game, you're leasing a license, so that's not really something you should do. Obviously this affects everybody, not even just gaming, but the entire entertainment industry. Pretty much with things like this happening, and then the Best Buy situation where they're pulling physical media off their shelves, this is basically going to be the big talk of the industry pretty much for the remainder of the 2020s. I mean, we're already halfway there at this point. No pun intended to Bon Jovi.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But you kind of get where this is going. It's just going to be a big war about physical media and digital media. I'm just going to say it again. You are the consumer. You have the right to own what you want to own, whether it's a Blu-ray, DVD, or a video game, or whatever. A book and an ebook, you own what you want to own. You should have that right. You should not be forced to choose whatever you want to buy. And then another thing I will say before we get out of here, just to keep in mind what kind of things Microsoft can do. I believe Microsoft might have been the first out of the main gaming console related companies. Microsoft was the first one to charge people for a monthly subscription to an online service. Obviously, online servers pretty much, it's like how they work now. It was on the original Xbox Live. They had their own servers that were pretty crazy, and then you could pay, and play online or whatever. Obviously, it was different back then. It kind of is now, but just the general idea, it paved the way for other people to do the same. Obviously, PlayStation eventually with PlayStation Plus, and then Nintendo has their own service now. So Microsoft might be starting a trend of maybe trying to inspire other brands to do the same thing. And with PlayStation, you can't trust them either, so I wouldn't be surprised if they tried doing this kind of thing too, not just with physical media, but trying to put more of an emphasis on digital media, as it just seems to be a thing that is just going to happen everywhere at this point. It sucks, but anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully I didn't ramble. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. No outro, I'll just do the regular outro. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all in the next one. Peace.